Hi, I'm Tope Babalola. I joined the boarding school in 2013, I believe. 2012. I joined the boarding school in 2012 and I was here up until 2014, when I left.
Yeah. So I joined same time. We actually met on the first day in school.
I think you were the first person I spoke to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now look at us.
Well, for sixth form. I joined for sixth form.
Yeah.
And I'm Daniel.
I can tell you what my first impression was. Wow, this place is techie. So the first thing that got me was the technology that you had in the boarding house. So the fingerprint scanners to enter every room, the doors, the alarms, the computers. Basically, I was in awe of the technology and the new building, both in the school and in the boarding house. So my first impression was like, I'm in the future.
Yeah. And I had this stigma of strict boarding houses or gloomy, and that just went out the window. I completely took that out of the picture, and I realized when time went by that it was actually the complete opposite of what anyone would have thought. Like they would have probably compared it to like Harry Potter or something like that. But yeah, no.
I think even till today, people still do that. Like when you say I went to boarding school, they have a picture in their head that is completely not what they experienced at the Wellington Academy was.
Yeah.
You know, is the idea of a modern boarding school. It's quite cool.
I studied business, BTech, ICT, BTech, maths, and economics.
I did physics, chemistry, maths, and product design.
We both did gap years. I did a gap year in North Wales in doing an accounts assistant job, in like rotating around accounting, and did some traveling as well, and then went to University of Bath and studied accounting and finance there. I will say that coming to boarding gave me my first taste of like real independence and really tested my ability to hold myself accountable. So when I got to university, it was like I knew how to be an adult and take care of myself, basically. Yeah.
For me, I also did a gap year, as he said, but I was working in London in a couple different places. First at a housing startup, which I actually got that job thanks to the Wellington Academy. They had this mentorship program that we did. It was called Momentum, exactly. So through the Momentum scheme, I got to meet these lovely startup founders who had me on for an extra couple months. And then after that, I went on to work in retail just around London, just enjoying my year before I went to uni. Then I went to Coventry University to study civil engineering. Did that for 3 years. Then I went to Imperial University to study a master's in innovation, entrepreneurship and management. So it was quite different from my original course. I have enjoyed that experience. Now I work in London as a strategist for an innovation consulting firm. So yeah.
Okay. Forgot to say, so now I'm working in London too. Continuing from my accounting degree, I got a scholarship with EY, partial scholarship. So working in audit and also studying to become a chartered accountant. The one holding the camera. Mr. Price, Mr. Patel. It was like very first one.
Mr. Rennie, aka James.
Yeah.
James seems to be transcending the generations. The kids love him.
Yeah. Basically everybody that was
Mr. Aleph, you have to mention them by name in case they watch this.
Miss Swirl,
Miss Werrell,
Miss Smith,
Miss Smith,
Matt Harrison.
Yeah, Matt Harrison. There was also this girl, I call her a girl because she was pretty young, that came for like just at the end of our stay. And shout out to you also. But yeah, as the staff was so great when we were here, they became mentors. By the time we were leaving, it was a really close relationship, and it was actually quite sad
Yeah.
to leave after spending 2 years with the guys here. It's been great, and it's great to see that the kids here still share that kind of strong relationship.
Yeah.
with the staff.
We didn't really. We still had that respect for the staff as staff and house parents, but at the same time, they're actually our parents away from home, which that was a lot more welcoming than just thinking of them as staff, because they did more than just be staff. They were mentors as well as parents.
They were friends,
Yeah,
as well.
as well as keeping that boundary up.
I work as a strategist for an innovation consulting firm, as I mentioned. So basically, we help large corporates to innovate and solve challenges within their business by connecting them with startups and emerging technologies that has a solution or a product that can come in and do that. So my job is to facilitate the relationship. Well, first of all, to understand what the corporate needs, and then facilitate a relationship between both parties. And I've been doing that for almost 2 years now, since I left uni.
I work in assurance audit in the Big Four in London. Audit, that's just basically checking the veracity of the financial statements, basically understanding reasons for the figures, checking that's accurate, and then giving shareholders and other stakeholders confidence in what companies are reporting. I would say, firstly, come with an open mindset. Embrace that it's a new experience, a new part of your life. That whether or not you believe it now, you will look back and you will cherish that experience of your life. Make good connections with people, because you'll be living with them. It's good to have those kinds of relationships. Topper and I left 7 years ago and we're still close friends now. Just be respectful. Make the most out of the opportunities that boarding has to offer. You get to try as many things as you can. Gym, football, rugby, arts, volleyball, anything tech-wise, creative. You can find that here, and make those connections.
Yeah, Dan has pretty much said it all. I would just echo his sentiment of making the most of the opportunity. You have a lot in one place in this boarding school, and with the greater school, with the school that's connected, with the facilities, the gym, the football, not just that, but then the technological facilities as well, and the experiences you get to have. All for free, by the way, as a student, you're not paying for these.
Yeah.
So I would say this is the time for you to take advantage of that. If there's anything you're particularly interested in, go for it now while you have these resources available to you, because they might not always be there. And enjoy.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I always like to say work hard during the time, because it's a very crucial period in your life. It helps set up the foundation for what would be the rest of your adult life. And then looking back, you get to see, wow, this was really important for me. Where I ended up after my A-levels makes a lot of difference in, generally how society will view you. So I would just say, think about that and think about the decisions you are making now, because they do affect you in the long run and for years and years and years to come.
Yeah.
But yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy the connections and relationships you build. Don't let go of those relationships. Try as much as possible to stay in touch. That's it.
So many.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, first of all, we used to go on trips pretty much every weekend.
Yeah.
So every weekend you build like an unforgettable memory. Indoor skydiving,
Go-karting.
theme park, go-karting, mini golf, shooting at like a driving range. Not that kind of range.
Paintballing.
Yeah, paintballing was a good one. The paintballing experiences are top 5.
Yeah.
Those were unbelievable. Paintballing and go-karting. But personally, my fondest memories, or the memories that I think back more to, is actually just being in the house, you know, playing cards on the table after dinner with the other boarders, or being in a common room watching a movie on a weekend, or, you know, staying up maybe slightly later than I was supposed to in my room, just, you know, chilling with the other guys on my corridor. Those kinds of things are actually the things that I actually end up remembering more fondly than the great activities that we went on as well, which were also awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, just going on the back of that, we built very strong relationships, like basically a family environment, and so it's like having extended siblings that just made it more enjoyable. It wasn't just a matter of just being with other boarders. You actually came home to like a household.
Yeah.
Yeah.